It started with the sound of rain, soft at first, like fingertips on glass. Then the wind came whispering across the peaks like it was searching for someone to comfort. And high above the world, tucked into a cabin on a misty mountain ridge, you were there, wrapped in warmth, far away from everything loud, everything fast, everything heavy tonight. You are not chasing sleep. It is already here, waiting by the fire, ready to welcome you home. Asterisk, asterisk, the mountain path was soft with fog. The road coiled, upward like a sleepy serpent between tall pine trees whose tips disappeared into the mist. Your boots made no sound on the mossy ground. There was no one else here, only you, and the quiet rhythm of your own breath. A light rain had begun to fall, but it was gentle, comforting, like the sky was washing the day away, far below. The valleys folded into themselves. Hidden beneath silver clouds, you passed a carved wooden sign, weathered but welcoming. To the rich cabin, it read as if it knew you were coming. The air grew cooler. You pulled your coat tighter and smiled. It wasn't the kind of cold that bites. It was the kind that told you you're almost there. After one last curve. In the trail, the trees opened up, and there it was, a quiet cabin made of stone and dark cedar. Perched like a memory at the edge of the ridge, its windows glowed gold from within. Smoke curled from the chimney like a ribbon floating upward into the sky. You stepped inside. Asterisk, asterisk, the warmth was immediate. A stone hearth burned gently, casting flickers of orange light across the wooden beams. A thick wool blanket waited for you on a nearby chair, as if someone had been expecting your arrival outside. Rain tapped softly on the windows. Inside, all was still. You hung your coat, slipped off your boots, and moved slowly, deliberately through the space. The cabin was small, but every corner was filled with calm. Shelves of books lined one wall. A kettle simmered on the stove. Steam curling lazily, you poured yourself a cup of herbal tea, something floral, with a whisper of lavender and honey. The first sip sent warmth to your fingertips. The second melted into your chest. You sat beside the fire and pulled the blanket over your lap. The chair creaked just enough to remind you that it was real, that this moment was yours. And the storm began. Asterisk, asterisk, it wasn't a violent storm. It was steady, rhythmic, like the world humming itself to sleep. Rain pattered against the roof like a lullaby. Wind sighed through the pines, carrying with it stories from distant peaks. You watched the flicker of firelight dance across the cabin walls, each flame like a breath alive, yet gentle. Book lay open on the table, and though you couldn't remember placing it there, you knew the words would feel familiar. Outside, the world blurred into softness. No cars, no clocks, no noise, just you and the heartbeat of the storm. You sink deeper into the chair, every muscle in your body slowly unwinding. The tea, the fire, the blanket, they held you like arms around a weary heart. Asterisk, asterisk, the storm stirred something in you. Not sadness, no, not that, but a kind of longing. A memory of peace. You closed your eyes and saw another time, maybe a childhood night when rain danced on your window and someone whispered that everything was all right. Or maybe it was a moment you hadn't lived yet, a promise from the future. The cabin knew. Somehow, it had gathered every piece of stillness you had ever needed and wrapped it into this night. You looked up. The fire was lower now, but steady. Outside, lightning glowed far in the distance. Silent, distant, safe, you moved to the bed. Soft flannel sheets, a thick quilt, a pillow cool on one side and warm on the other. You slipped beneath it all, and the weight of the day finally left your shoulders. Asterisk, asterisk, hours passed. Or maybe minutes. Time wasn't real here. Only breath, only warmth, only quiet. The wind outside had changed, no longer searching, but settling. The rain slowed to a hush, and the cabin breathed with you. You imagined the mountain holding you. You imagined the trees leaning in to listen to your dreams. You imagined sleep arriving like an old friend with no demands, just presence, and somewhere, in that soft space between thought and silence, you heard it, the whisper, not in words, but in knowing you are safe, you are home, you are allowed to rest. Asterisk, asterisk, before sleep fully took you, you opened your eyes one last time. The fire was just embers now. Glowing gently, you whispered a thank you to the storm, to the cabin, to the stillness. And then you let go. Let go of the to-do list. Let go of the tension in your jaw. Let go of the need to be anywhere else but here. You didn't fall asleep. You drifted like a feather, like the mist, like a quiet sigh into a warm night. And the mountain held you. Asterisk, asterisk, if this story helped calm your mind and body tonight, please subscribe to WhisperTales. Sleep for more peaceful journeys. Your dreams are waiting.